Dragons! I'm here to start my first Orrelium vlog, and my goal always when I do Orrelium is to finish it in the first half of the month, just because I really like to use these months as like a mood reading month, but I need to finish my prompts. So right now I'm reading The Queens of Crime by Mary Benedict, and this is just a thriller. It's a mystery inspired by Agatha Christie, Dorothy Sayers, and a couple of other women writers in the 1930s that are kind of solving a real life crime. And I'm having a fun time with it, and I don't think I'm going to count this for a prompt unless like I finish it. If I finish this tomorrow, I may count it for a prompt, but it is a library book. And I'm 188 pages in, and I'm having a really fun time with it. So it is about 3:11, which is normally when I get home from work. I worked out already. I had off today. It was a holiday. So my plan is to go watch a little bit more Big Bang Theory, read this, and when I get up to page 200, when I get up to page when I get up to page 250, I'm gonna update you guys about how I'm feeling. But I'm having a fun time. I think the mystery is fun, and again, kind of saying I had a bit of a weird reading month in March, and I have been struggling with focus, but this quick bake book is working for me. I'm also happy that I got the library book. I really do like this author's writing style. So next time you see me, I will be a bit more deeper into this. And then before I leave tonight, I am going to talk about what I'm going to read this week for Orrelium. I have a spinner wheel. I have a bunch of books picked. And yeah, we're going to choose those before I leave the house for today or for tomorrow. So I can have something to read for tomorrow on my commute and listening wise, because it's the first of the month and I like to start it off strong. I don't know what I'm physically going to read, but I do know my audiobook. But we'll talk about that at the end of the night. Bye. Hey Book Dragons, I am back. I look a little bit tired, but I did have rehearsal today. And we are in the last 2 months before my show. It's not really 2 months because we have so much time in between then, but we're at least making progress, which is what I wanted for today's rehearsal. So last night, I did technically finish one more book for Ramathon. I finished The Queens of Crime by Mary Benedict, and I really like this book. I'm gonna give it like 3.75 stars. It was a solid read. I think it dived a lot into the mystery, and I felt like I could solve the mystery, which was super fun. So I gave this book 4 stars. So now we're moving on to Magical Readathon, and I needed to read a book that had all capital letters. I think that's the one that's gonna work for. So I'm reading Did I Forget to Tell You This by Lauren Graham. I will attach a photo here. Her other autobiography like a couple of years ago, and it was very Gilmore Girl focused, but this one's just funny. It's like stories from her life, and she's just like a witty narrator. Like I really am loving listening to it. I re-listened to a couple of parts. I was having like a stressful day at work, so it was just nice to like listen to this and kind of just like focus on that for a little bit. So that was super fun. It's a nonfiction book. I really do recommend it. And then I also read up to about, I would say about 20% into For the Record by Emma Lord. This is my nighttime book. I'm trying to get better at reading, but what I think I need to do with my nighttime book is I think I need to read like 25% like during like the day, because I feel like once I lay down I'm really tired and I'm exhausted and I'm not gonna accomplish a ton. But I am liking this book. Like it does give me Daisy Jones and the Six vibes. It's very much about these two people. They were in like rival bands, and they're kind of they kind of need each other to kind of restart their career, and they're gonna kind of force them to make music together. So I'm having a fun time. I'm like 20% into it, and it's a fun read. It comes out in July. But I don't normally physically read my romance. And then I was gonna start The Starlit Air by Amelia Howard for a book with the air in the title. This I don't know what I'm gonna count for, but we will see. But this I wanted to start and I just didn't. So I think I may take a little bit of a break. I may go take a shower. Now I feel like my week's all off, but we have 2 days down, 3 more to go, and then next week is a bit of a crazier week because then we go to break, we come back and we have testing. So it really is not a month that we have. It feels like a month, but we really don't. So I'm trying to like buy stuff that I think will work for the show in hopes that it'll all work. So that's also in my head. I'm also trying to like decide like what I want to do for the next 2 months. But I also know that like so much stuff can change. So that is where we are at. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try to maybe go back a couple of chapters and restart this book because I really do want to read it. But when I started it, I was like sleepy and tired, and I think I've like still missed a few informations. So I think I actually may go back and I may reread this part of the book like today and just kind of get up to 30% and then pick this book back up. But I don't know. I'm still in a bit of a weird reading mood, so that's kind of where my head's at right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that. And when I come back, I will have been at 30% of this, and I will hopefully have started this, and hopefully by tomorrow I can finish my Lauren Graham audiobook and move on to something else for this challenge. But I will keep you guys updated. Bye. Hi Book Dragons. It is day 2 of Orrelium. Well, day 3 I think actually. No. Day 2. I think this is second, yeah. But I did wind up finishing a book. I wound up finishing my nonfiction, which I counted for my alchemy class, which was, did I tell you this already, by Lauren Graham? If I didn't, I'll attach a photo at some point, but I think I probably attached it earlier because that's the book I chose to read. And I had a fun time with this book. I gave this book 5 stars. I love Lauren Graham so much. I love her audiobooks. I will say I did slow this book down a little bit. I normally read books on 2 speed, but I just like listening to her talk. And her stories are just so funny. Like, it feels like I'm just like listening to someone tell me stories, and I really did like her first book. I liked her second book. I really want to go back and like watch Mighty Ducks because I haven't seen the season 2, which she talked a lot about it in this, and it was just like a sweet story. Like, I really liked it. It's a book I would probably own and listen like on like other times, like when I need just like a decompressing moment, because it was a rather quick listen. So I think my next audiobook I'm gonna pick up is going to be Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. This is a book that I've had for quite a while, but I just got the audiobook in, and I think I need to read it for my lore class. You have to read a book with like a musical word in the title, so I'm gonna write song as a musical word. And I really did like Forget Me Not. I want to read Rose in Chains when it comes out, so this will be my audiobook for tomorrow. I'll be warned, I have such a bad headache. I don't know if it's because I think it's allergies, but like my head is really pounding, so I don't know if I'm gonna get a ton of reading done. I've literally been trying to read Off the Record, or by Emma Lord. It's her new book, but I'm really having a hard time with it. And I think I might just need to like take a mental break and not read tonight. It might just be what I need for my own sanity, but I'm gonna roll. And these are all of the actually, music trim I could probably take out, because I'm going to listen to that. Okay, so I'm going to do, which physical book am I going to read next? Okay, so I have to read a book with a light green. So what I chose was this. I chose The Wild Huntress by Emma Lloyd Jones, and I think if this fits in my bag, I think I'm gonna bring this to work and try to read like a chapter of it, and see how I do. I may just read like a chapter to just kind of see if I like it, and as long as it fits in my backpack, I think I'm going to read this one. I had wanted to read this for a while, and it's very springy, and this is literally like the perfect color. It is a little bit longer, but it also does have big font. There's a hunt, there's 3 characters, a trickster, a prince, a wild huntress. If they band together, they have a chance to win, but nothing is guaranteed. All for all is fair in love and the hunt. So yeah, I think I'm going to see if this fits in my bag. I have a small backpack that I take to work, and I only bring my big backpack like if I have to. So I think I'm gonna try to read like a chapter of this tonight, just so I can like kind of feel like I'm reading, and then tomorrow I'm gonna listen to Not Another Love Song. But yeah, so that is the plan. Yeah, that'll be good. And then I only have to really read 2 more after this. I have to read my paid for book that I basically can read anything on my TBR, my word and title, and then my witches. And I may have to be a little bit creative and try to get a witchy book on Audible, like to listen to that. But yeah, that is the plan. All right, I will talk to you guys tomorrow for another update. Bye. Book Dragons, I am back. It is Saturday and I do have quite a few updates. So I did wind up listening to about half of Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto, and I'm having a fun time with this. It is a solid listen. This is set in the interesting world of like violins and the Manhattan Pops. And you follow a character that kind of becomes first chair, and she kind of has a very antagonistic relationship with another man in the company, and it is a fun time. I didn't realize how political the world of like music was, especially like competitive music. It's very, very interesting though. I like that it's mostly told from the girl's point of view, but you do get Xander's point of view as the story goes on, and they do have a very like hate to more dynamic, but there kind of is a little history tossed in, and I am enjoying it. It is pouring, so I don't know if I'm going to listen to any more today, but I am having a fun time with this one. And then I did say originally that I was going to start The Wild Huntress by Emily Lloyd-Jones, but I didn't actually pick it up until this morning. I think I read like a chapter because I cannot fit this book in my bag. I love like these big hardbacks, but I have a very, very small backpack when I go to work. I try not to use my big backpack because it hurts my shoulders. So I only read about 46 pages of this one, so I don't really want to talk about it too much. And then I'm also about, this is the book that I was reading like during my commute and during like when I run around. I ran some errands, but now it's pouring, so I'm probably not going to continue to do that. But I also did get about 852 pages into The Invocators by Kristen Sutherland. This is for a book with a certain color on it. This is for a book with witches, and this is for a book that has a love song, like a song word in the title. And I really haven't got enough into this book either, but I did meet all of the characters. I met Zara, Jude, and Ember, so we kind of met them all. But the plot hasn't really happened yet, and they're not really interconnected, but it is very, very much about witchcraft. Zara's sister was killed, and we don't know anything else about that. We know that Jude has a curse put on her, 2 curses put on her, and we know Ember is sort of running from her past. So, but I met them twice, and now I'm on like 52 pages. So this will probably be my commute book next week, and also like my end of the weekend book, because I don't like to be reading too many things. But my goal right now is to read until I have to work out. My Aura ring will tell me when I have to work out. It says like you should get up and stretch your legs, and it's a pretty long workout, so probably when I'm doing that I'll stick this on. I haven't been listening to a ton of romances this month, like this year so far. I've been listening to a lot of mystery thrillers just because they've been what's keeping me engaged. But yeah, I want to get up to chapter, I want to get up to like chapter like 100 in this. It's just basically about a hunter. Like right now, you have a couple of different point of view characters, but mostly you have a hunter that you're following, and that is all that I've read. I really haven't read enough, but I've read the summary, so I kind of know where the book's going. But I'm gonna get up to page 100, and then I'm gonna give you guys an update. So that is the plan. So hopefully the next time you see me, I will have another update on this, and then another update on this. That is the plan. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Book Dragons, I am back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up working out for like 45 minutes, so I listened to a little bit more of Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto, and I got up to page like 235. This book is a fun time. I really do like the romance in the story. It's definitely like steam heavy, elevated steam, but I just like it. I think that it's very much like a hate to more romance, which I do like when she writes it. You do, I think, get cameos from the characters in the first book as well. I like the New York setting. I like how I'm learning more about the music scene in like a different way. This is like orchestras and such, which I don't know a lot about, but I'm really having a fun time with it. I like her writing style. I like the audiobook. It's a quick listen, and if I do wind up going to yoga tomorrow, I will probably make some more progress on it. But I'm having a fun time, and it's like unique, it's different, and I like the dynamics between the characters. I like that there is a little history infused in the story as well. I also do like that like every like, I don't know, like 8 chapters you do get a point of view from Xander. So that is really, really fun. So I have made some progress on this. And then I also got up to chapter or page 100 in The Wild Huntress by Emily Lloyd-Jones. This book reminds me a lot of this book. because you get like 3 very different point of views, but they all kind of are leading to the same exact thing. So we're following Bronwyn, who has a gift. She can kind of see the the Fey world, or like the mystical world, because one of her eyes, something happened with one of her eyes, and she can kind of see that world. But she's also like a hunter, and she takes care of things for her town. And then you follow Gideon, who is the least impressive of his magically like the least talented magician or like magic user of his family, and his whole goal is to not have his evil brother take the throne because he's afraid that he'll become a tyrant. And then we have Pretty, a prince born and monster raised. Deep down, the royal crown doesn't interest him at all, and all he wants to know is where he belongs. And then we have a trickster, a prince, and a wild huntress. If they band together, and then there's a hunt that's going to be involved. So now we're having Bronwyn has done something. She was on a hunt, and her hunt did not go the way that she wanted. And now she's afraid that it's going to affect her livelihood and her mom. Her mom is very, very sick, or is having some health issues. So she's now having a conversation with Gwendon, who is in the search for a hunter for a very, very specific reason. And yeah, I read about 100 pages and I'm intrigued. Like, I like the 2 point of view characters that we have met quite a bit, and I'm having a fun time with it. So I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to give you guys an update when I finish part 1, which is not that long. I think I have maybe 50 more pages. I'll give you guys another update. But I think probably at the end of that part, we're probably going to have like a big plot. But that's all that I've read so far. Like, all the stuff in the summary hasn't happened yet. So I feel like there is a hunt that's being talked about. So that is kind of where we are. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on this so far. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys when I have it. Sorry, I am a little bit under the weather, but you know, that's the state of life in New York in spring. But yeah, that is my plan. So I will give you guys an update when I have one. I'm also watching season 11 of Big Bang Theory. I only have one more season left, which is perfect because that means I can rewatch The Last of Us next week, because I think it comes out in a week. So I don't want to be too far behind on that either. I'm going to watch every single, probably Monday. So yeah, that is my plan. Sorry, I sound super congested. I really do apologize. Also, one of my friends that I follow, Danny from Danny Jabbles, and I think Leandra did one too, they posted their Our Fantasy Bingo Challenge, and I definitely want to do it this year, but I like to watch videos before I make mine. So if I watch Danny and Leandra's this weekend, I'll probably make mine next weekend. Next week is also, we have a week off from school, so I'll definitely film that then. And I did pretty good on Our Fantasy Bingo. I only missed a couple. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I saw Julie from Keep Calms with Books and Coffee do this. They have a readathon square, and I'm never going to submit it for anything. I'm just going to do it for my own. So any single time I do a fantasy read-along this year, I'm going to use that square. And I am going to probably replace the short stories, because I don't ever read short stories. So that is probably what I'm going to do, unless there's a prompt that I really don't think I'm going to leave. But I never read short stories, especially sci-fi variety. So that is where we are. So I'm going to go read, watch a little bit more TV, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey, book dragons. I definitely sound a little bit worse. I'm still super exhausted. I think I'm going to go to urgent visits just to kind of get some answers. I really don't want to be sick again, but I think I am. So, I wound up getting up to page 158 in The Wild Huntress, and I'm really enjoying this book quite a bit. I think it's a nice mix of all the types of stories that I like to read. We have characters that are kind of forced to work together. We have a competition. So, that is a really, really popular prompt in all the games that I do, the reading challenges I do. So, this is an underrated one. I'm sorry, I have a small cold. So we really spent the first half of the book with the girl that's the hunter and the boy that's the nephew to the king, and they're kind of gonna get a team up to kind of make sure that the nephew's brother doesn't take the crown because they think he'll be a bad leader. And now we're heading to learn more about Prairie, who we just talked about, who is a son taken from the king and raised by monsters. And that's all that I've read so far, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'm on page 160. My goal will be to get to page 200, and then I'll give you guys another update. But yeah, I'm having a fun time. I'm really liking this book. It's very, very quick. It's very, very easy to read. I like all the characters. I think it's paced well. And I really have no complaints so far. This might be I mean, I don't want to talk too soon because I've had such a hard time finding 5-star reads. But I like books where characters are kind of forced to work together. I like very, very different characters. There's also some emotional scenes like in this which makes me think I am connected. So yeah, I'm liking it. I'm having a fun time. So I'm gonna go keep reading. Bye. Book Dragons, I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. Tomorrow the plan is, because I am going to stay home, I'm going to go to my ear, nose, and throat doctor before I head back to work. But I think I'm just going to finish this tomorrow. I have to do a lot of grading and I have to put my grades in, and that was like the plan on Monday anyway. So I think I'm just going to listen to the rest of this tomorrow morning when I'm putting grades in. I'm going to wake up pretty much when I normally wake up anyway. I'm just going to grade. I'll wake up at maybe 6 o'clock tomorrow. So that is the plan for tomorrow. But I did get up to page 250 in The Wild Huntress, and I'm really liking this book quite a bit. I like all the characters. I think it's very, very quick. I think there are elements to the story that I'm really enjoying, and I'm having a fun time with it. I don't want to put the book down. It's all 3 characters are equally captivating. They have moved to working together as a trio, and I like a ragtag group of heroes that are kind of forced to work together. There's also very interest magic in this story. There's also some fae elements that are kind of infused, and I'm really having a fun time. So I'm going to go read to page 368, which will give me another 100 pages read. Sorry, I probably look horrible. I apologize, but it's around 1 o'clock. I just got home. Yeah, I think it's just cold, but I just want to double check because when you work with so many people, you don't want to get anyone sick. But I have a very, very bad habit of getting sick before break. So break is next week. So at least it'll give me a little bit of time to recover before we head into the last part of the year. But tomorrow, the plan is just to read this as I'm grading, because it's just a quick audiobook and maybe pick up another book. So I don't know when I'm going to end this vlog. I might end it tomorrow. We'll see. But the plan right now is to go read a little bit more of this and get another 100 pages read. Or maybe stop at the next little section that I have. I have a little section that I need to read. It's called, the final part is called The Trickster. I may stop there and talk about what I think. But yeah, that's where we are with this right book now. So I'm going to go read a bit more. I'm still watching Big Bang Theory. I feel better. I just feel very, very congested, and I don't like that I'm coughing. It's hard to talk when you're coughing. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. But I'm going to go read a little bit more of this, watch a bit more of Bang Theory, and I'll give you guys an update when I can. But so far it's probably going to be a 4.5-star read, if not a 5-star read, because I'm really liking it. There's nothing wrong with this book so far. All the characters are engaging. It's not really romance focused. I mean, there are there could be some, romances in the cards, but it's also a standalone. Emily Lloyd-Jones always writes standalones, I think. So I actually took her other book out of my Pango pile, and I may just try to read it as well. But yeah, I'm really, really liking this book. So it's a perfect spring read as well. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Dragons, I'm back. It's about 6 o'clock, and I did wind up getting up to the last 50 pages in Wild Huntress. I'm really liking this book. This book is fun. It's a quick read. I really like our main characters. There are elements of romance. There are elements of competition. There's a lot of complexity in these characters, which I do like. I like the setting. I like the vibes, and I just want to keep reading. This is probably going to be a 5-star read. I'm having a great time. I haven't wanted to put it down. And yeah, I'm having a fun time with this book. It's been a while since I've felt continually interested in a book. I will say, this is just a me thing. There is a lot of not war-esque scene, but battle-esque scenes in this story. And those tend to lose me a little bit because I cannot focus that well on battle stuff. It just bores me a little bit. But everything else about this book I'm loving. The quiet moments, the dynamic between the characters. I'm having a great time. It's not really a romantasy. I will say that it's more a fantasy with maybe a romantic subplot. I like the 3 characters. I think that there's a lot of diversity kind of infused through this story, and I'm having a fun time with it. So yeah, I'm really having a fun time with it. I also am watching Leandra's romance attempt, and I've been stealing a lot of her rec. Stuff that she doesn't like, I tend to like, so I want to do a reading vlog where I read all the books that she tried and see my own thoughts, since I am more of a romance reader. But you know, we do have similar tastes. So yeah, my plan is to go read the last 50 pages of this and give you guys an update. And then I'm going to decide if I am going to dive back into the Invocators, because I really only feel like I've read about 52 pages of this. And I feel like I need a bit more to make like a clear decision. Or if because I'm home tomorrow, I may dive into a bigger book, one that like I've been putting off. And I have really wanted to read Air as well. So yeah, I may see, I don't know, I'm going to see like what I'm going to spin a wheel and see what book gets chosen. But this could also be my commute book, to be very honest, because it is like a short book that I could fit in my backpack. So yeah, that is the plan. I also did say tomorrow when I'm home, not going to work, I am going to do grading all day tomorrow, and I'm going to kind of finish this. And if I finish this, I may pick up a book for my other prompt, so I can kind of get this vlog done and get all my Orrelium prompts done. So that is the plan. I was planning on listening to this tomorrow anyway, but I don't have a ton of time at work. So I'm going to go wrap this up, and then we're going to spin the wheel and see what book I'm going to read, and then we will chat about that. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Dragons, I'm back. I'm definitely feeling a little bit better. So I did wind up finishing The Wild Huntress, and I'm going to give this book 4.75 stars. I'm going to give it 5 on Goodreads, and I'm probably going to keep this copy at least for the year because I really did like it. I always say that if you do like very a lot of combat heavy things, you lose me a little bit, but I love the characters. This is more of a fantasy book. There are elements, there is some tropes that I like, there's characters that are kind of forced to work together, there's a competition style element, and I had a fun time with it. If you liked the wild, the Trisha Levisera, the one with the gods, I think you would like this one. It was very springish, very spring forward. So yeah, so it was a good one. It was also on my books I should have read last year, so I can add that to my spreadsheet, and I had a fun time with this. Tomorrow I am taking the day off. I have to go to my ear, nose, and throat doctor to see if this is something more than just allergies and an upper respiratory infection. I'm on 233 of Not Another Love Song, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a dice, and whatever this book is, it's going to be the book that I read physically. Hey Book Dragons, I am back. It is Monday, and I think I'm going to wrap up this vlog. I just wound up finishing Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto, and I gave this book 4 stars. I really like this book. I think I liked her first book, what was it called? Forget Me Not, a little bit better, but I just had a fun time. It was a quick read, very like quick, very spicy for a book, but I had a fun time with it. I really like the characters. I like the world of like the pops and the instrumental community. I like the stuff about music. If you're looking for a quick read for Orrelium and you're also in lore class, I would recommend this book because I had to read a book with like a musical word in the title. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up this vlog. I still have 3 more books I need to read for Orrelium, so I think I'm gonna start up the next vlog and kind of pick what I want to read, pick the audiobook I'm gonna focus on, and then also pick the physical book I'm gonna focus on, and we're just gonna get reading because my goal is to finish this in the first half of the month. So I will talk to you guys when I have another vlog for you. Thank you guys for bearing with me being sick. I feel like I've been sick like this for a past month, but it is allergy season and I'm not feeling my best, but I am going to go put this vlog up for you guys. My problem is I also want to have content for May, and I never do content in May because my show's coming up, so I want to like be a little bit ahead on vlogs. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you guys for my next Orrelium vlog.